Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay.
When's that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
If they fight, I think Shakur wins. I think Shakur wins.
Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him at his best, but he typically brings out his best characteristics when he's back against the wall and he's counted out. And he's going to be counted out in this fight. By and large, people are going to side with Shakur in this fight to win the fight because he's the more consistent fighter, he's the more class fighter overall.
Boxing professionals offered mixed reactions ahead of Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Gervonta Davis voiced his frustration while talking about Stevenson, questioning why he is treated like a champion before proving himself at the highest level. Davis suggested that reputation alone means nothing in elite bouts and implied that true respect only comes after being tested and defeating top opposition. Inside the ring,
35 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.
Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri analyzed the upcoming matchup, sharing insights into both fighters' strengths and how they are viewed by the public. Paulie notes that Teofimo Lopez often faces criticism and is sometimes underestimated because Shakur Stevenson has greater popularity, a bigger fan base, and more visibility. Many fans naturally favor Stevenson, assuming he has the advantage. However, Paulie stresses that fight night is when reputations are truly tested, and Lopez has the ability to exceed expectations. He predicts that Lopez will rise to the occasion, asserting himself and showcasing his skill and toughness in the ring. According to Paulie, this bout represents Lopez's chance to shine on the global stage, prove he belongs at the highest level, and potentially defeat Stevenson in convincing fashion.
Situation, because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one of those fights where he's going to be counted out. Because Shakur is looked at by and large as the guy who can dominate boxing in this generation, right? It's just a matter of him getting the opportunity. I myself have felt that he's the guy who could and should be dominating boxing if he gets the right matchups. But bro, this is one of the rare matchups, if not maybe the only matchup, where I feel like it's a big threat here to Shakur. And then they would all come undone only because of this reason. Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him at his best, but he typically brings out his best characteristics when he's back against the wall and he's counted out. And he's going to be counted out in this fight. By and large, people are going to side with Shakur in this fight to win the fight because he's the more consistent fighter, he's the more class fighter overall, and he's just so damn good. But Teofimo has a way, when you're so damn good and he knows you're so damn good and everybody feels like you're gonna beat him, there's just something about Teofimo, man. He brings out a different level and somehow supersedes that guy who is that damn good. I've seen it. We've seen it already. I'm not saying anything that anybody else hasn't already seen, okay? I'm just stipulating it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who wins this fight. Because again, your better head says Shakur, but then you think about, man, Teofimo. Again,
he's got the X factor.
He's got the talent to. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Shakur is extremely talented and could be the face of boxing as far as being that good and being that dominant, even though no matter how good you are. But this is one of the rare fights where you can get beat. And I don't ever want to hear any of you tank nut huggers that he fights one Uber driver after another. If Shakur Stevenson loses this fight, I don't ever want to hear any of you saying, oh, well, what about Shakur now? Tank this, tank that. Tank fights the guy that delivers my pizza. He fights the guys in the back that are doing the production. He fights the truck driver. I don't want to hear, because he would never have gone.
Lamont Roach approaches the matchup with strong confidence in Shakur Stevenson's overall control of the ring. From Roach's point of view, this is not a fight filled with uncertainty or chaos, but one defined by rhythm and command. He sees Stevenson as a fighter who sets the pace from the opening seconds, using distance and timing to force opponents into an uncomfortable speed Roach suggests that if the two were to face each other, Stevenson's ability to read movement and shut down offensive patterns would limit much of Teofimo Lopez's explosiveness. In his opinion, the bout would not turn into a war, but instead become a display of how precision and discipline can neutralize aggression. Roach's assessment implies that Stevenson's technical mastery would prevent the fight from becoming truly competitive, as Lopez would struggle to find consistent openings or momentum.
Okay, cool.
But and doing that, and so I was always going to fight this year. He knew that too. I was always going to fight this year. It was going to be either like a tune-up or something before I fought him, if we were to get that together.
So who do you think wins that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
If they fight, I think Shakur wins. I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. I think he just, his IQ will frustrate him. And,
wow. Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think so, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin. Some people thought he lost to Sandor Martin. Who else?
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was a hell of a performance too. A hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like because it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to rough Shakur up. And
Roy Jones Jr. frames the matchup as a matter of preparation and execution rather than reputation. He stresses that Teofimo Lopez cannot afford any lapses in focus against a fighter like Shakur Stevenson. Jones explains that Stevenson thrives when opponents hesitate or lose structure, quickly taking advantage of mistakes with sharp counters and strong positional control. According to Jones, if Lopez enters the fight without his best instincts and discipline, Stevenson will slowly break him down through precision and movement. Jones does not dismiss Lopez's talent, but emphasizes that talent alone is not enough. Against a fighter as calculated as Stevenson, every round counts. His warning centers on the idea that Stevenson builds advantages patiently, and once momentum shifts, it becomes extremely difficult to turn the fight back around.
Man, how does Shakur beat Teo and vice versa? Stylistically, how does Teo beat Shakur?
Stylistically, Teo got to go in and go for broke. He got to go gamble, he got to take some, get some, and that's just the only way to win. If he stays outside and boxes, Shakur going to pick him apart. Shakur's a college boxer with some of the best feet in the game right now, and he's a defensive-minded fighter, which is very smart. It's hard to hit him. He makes you gamble to hit him, and he's going to be a tough one to deal with. But if Teofimo is willing to gamble to beat him, then Teofimo can definitely.
Rolando Romero offers a different perspective by calling the fight a true 50-50th matchup. He bases this view on the fact that both fighters have already reached championship level and proven themselves against elite competition. Romero points out that neither Shakur Stevenson nor Teofimo Lopez enters the fight as an underdog in terms of ability. Instead, he sees contrasting styles that could tilt the bout in either direction, depending on who imposes their game first. Romero's outlook suggests an unpredictable contest, where timing, confidence, and decision-making may decide the result rather than a clear technical advantage. By recognizing both fighters as world-class, Romero frames the matchup as one where in-fight adjustments could matter more than pre-fight expectations. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Teo is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very. Shakur coming out. I'm telling you, it's got to be a good.